Good evening. You're watching Super 6 here on India Today. I'm Akshita, Nandagopal. Over the next 60 minutes, we'll get you the top 6 stories of the day. So let me begin by giving you a sense of what's coming up in the minutes ahead. Our top story this evening on Super 6, story number 1, is the Caste Census announcement by the Modi government. A big announcement that come in just months before the Bihar elections. The Congress is claiming that this is a massive Rahul Gandhi impact. But we're going to be talking about the political repercussions and much more of the announcement made now of this Caste Census. Story number 2 on India Today is a world exclusive. We reveal for you for the very first time exactly where terror mastermind Hafiz Saeed lives. And no, he's not behind bars, he's not hiding in some bunker, but rather in full plain sight, staying in a crowded area of Lahore with a massive mansion. For the first time, satellite images and videos of his residence right here on India Today. That's story number 2 on Super 6. With the Prime Minister chairing one meet after another in the last 24 hours, Pakistan completely rattled in panic, even held an emergency press conference at 3 a.m. this morning. So we'll tell you about how Pakistan is responding, how they believe that there's some sort of a strike coming in the next 24 hours. Now, the crackdown by India on Pakistan. That's story number 4 on Super 6. The fact that now you're seeing deportations of Pakistani nationals. A ground report with some of those voices will be with you at 6:30 p.m. That special story coming up. We'll be getting you ground reports, voices of these Pakistani nationals who are now leaving from Indian soil, heading back to Pakistan. This after India had taken that step of ensuring essentially that all Pakistani nationals are sent back, their visas revoked. Story number 5 on Super 6 is the controversy surrounding Harvard University. Days after the Pahalgam terror attack, Harvard, it seems, was all set to hold a pro-Pakistan conference, leading to a showdown in the campus. Is that event now scrapped? We'll tell you in just a bit. And finally, on Super 6, as always, your daily roundup of IPL action. Chennai Super Kings take on the Punjab Kings. We'll tell you what to expect in that encounter. But let's begin with our top focus story here on Super 6. The Caste Census announced by the Modi government. It came out of the blue. You had an announcement being made right after the cabinet meeting in which Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav confirmed that caste enumeration will be a part of the national census that will be taking place. And so it's triggered a political storm. Why? Because you've heard the issue of caste census repeatedly being raised by the Congress. It's been one of the biggest poll planks that the Congress has raised. Rahul Gandhi has repeatedly spoken on it. And now you've got the Modi government confirming that they're going ahead with the caste census, timed, of course, to the Bihar elections. But you had, importantly, the government going ahead and making this announcement, saying very clearly and trying to send out a message that this isn't under any political pressure, because they say that the Congress has used the caste census only as a political tool. And that's all that the India Bloc and Congress has done. So now they're saying that we will ensure caste enumeration happens. What does that mean? That in the national census, there'll be a column where people have to fill in their caste as well. Now they're saying that they will do this with utmost transparency. But let's explain to you exactly why we're seeing this happening. And Congress, by the way, is going to town with this, claiming full credit for the announcement by the Modi government. Rahul Gandhi is going to be holding a news briefing at 7 p.m. But important to highlight here as to why this has happened, why you're seeing this kind of a move. It's timed to the upcoming Bihar elections, clearly, especially because this is one of the biggest issues in the state of Bihar, which has seen a caste census already. But a national census was something that was also leading to, of course, a huge narrative, a poll narrative in the state. So that's one reason why you're seeing the announcement right now. Secondly, also, that it blunts the Congress's caste narrative. Like I said, one of the biggest poll planks of Rahul Gandhi of the Congress has been caste census. Now, with the Modi government announcing this, there's a big question mark on how the Congress will now raise another issue to dominate their political narrative in an election. Then there's also the fact that this kind of an announcement by the government is also being seen as reaching out to their allies like the JDU in Bihar, which has been very clearly for a caste census. So the BJP ensuring that they keep their allies also happy, also content, particularly their Bihar allies. We've been seeing, of course, state caste censuses also taking place. So to counter that, the Modi government perhaps has said that a national census now will take place, because even Ashwini Vaishnav in that briefing while speaking about this said that there are some states which have conducted a caste census without any transparency and clearly only for political reasons. And finally, perhaps one of the most important factors is that the BJP realizes that to keep their OBC vote bank intact, to ensure that the India bloc doesn't really eat into their OBC vote bank, a caste census announcement was very much needed. Let's recap for you the announcement made by the government and all the reactions that have come in, and then we'll decode this announcement further.
आज दिनांक 30/4/2025 के दिन प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में राजनीतिक विषयों की कैबिनेट समिति ने यह निर्णय लिया है कि जातियों की गणना को आने वाली जनगणना में सम्मिलित किया जाए। यह इस बात को दर्शाता है कि वर्तमान सरकार देश और समाज के सर्वांगीण हितों और मूल्यों के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। जैसे कि पहले भी जब समाज के गरीब वर्गों को 10% आरक्षण का प्रावधान किया गया, तब भी समाज के किसी घटक में तनाव उत्पन्न नहीं हुआ था। तत्कालीन प्रधानमंत्री दिवंगत डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह जी ने लोकसभा में आश्वासन दिया था कि जाति जनगणना पर कैबिनेट में विचार किया जाएगा। तत्पश्चात एक मंत्रिमंडल समूह का भी गठन किया गया था, ग्रुप ऑफ मिनिस्टर्स, जिसमें अधिकांश राजनीतिक दलों ने जाति आधारित जनगणना की संस्तुति की थी। इसके बावजूद कांग्रेस की सरकार ने जाति जनगणना के बजाय एक सर्वे कराना ही उचित समझा। उस सर्वे को सभी SECC के नाम से जानते हैं। इस सब के बावजूद कांग्रेस और इंडी गठबंधन के दलों ने जाति जनगणना के विषय को केवल अपने राजनीतिक लाभ के लिए उपयोग किया। जनगणना का विषय संविधान के अनुच्छेद 246 की केंद्रीय सूची की क्रम संख्या 69 पर अंकित है। यह केंद्र का विषय है। हालांकि कई राज्यों ने सर्वे के माध्यम से जातियों की जनगणना की है। जहां कुछ राज्यों ने यह काम सुचारू रूप से संपन्न किया है, वहीं कुछ अन्य राज्यों ने राजनीतिक दृष्टि से और गैर पारदर्शी ढंग से सर्वे किया है।
आज एक लंबी जो हम लोगों की इच्छा थी, मांग थी, ख्वाहिश थी, आज हर उस देशवासी की इस ख्वाहिश को मेरे प्रधानमंत्री ने पूरा करने का कार्य किया। लंबे समय से मेरी पार्टी इस बात की हम लोग मांग करते थे और कई बार हम लोगों को एक दूसरे के सामने दिखाया जाता था, यही कह के कि बीजेपी अलग राह पर है तो उनके सहयोगी चिराग पासवान अलग राह पर हैं जब वो जातीय जनगणना की वो मांग करते हैं। पर आज एक बार फिर से साबित हुआ कि हमारी सरकार हर उस फैसले को लेगी जो जनता के हित में हो, जो गरीबों के हित में हो।
देश के यशस्वी प्रधानमंत्री आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी को मैं विशेष तौर पर धन्यवाद देता हूँ, बधाई देता हूँ। बिहार और पूरा देश आज नरेंद्र मोदी जी को याद कर रहा है, जिन्होंने जातीय जनगणना के साथ जोड़ने का काम किया है। बिहार और पूरा देश आज नरेंद्र मोदी जी को विशेष तौर पर बधाई देता है। और साथ ही साथ क्योंकि कई पार्टी सिर्फ जातीय जनगणना को राजनीतिकरण करने का काम कर रही थी, इसलिए आज नरेंद्र मोदी जी को मैं फिर से बधाई देता हूँ।
हमारी अगली लड़ाई ये होगी कि जब ये जनगणना होगी जिसमें इंक्लूड किया जाएगा कास्ट सेंसस का भी, तब उसके बाद जब नतीजे आएंगे तो पूरे देश में और पूरे देश के जो विधानसभा चुनाव में हमारी मांग रहेगी कि पिछड़ों और अति पिछड़ों के लिए भी, जैसे दलित और आदिवासी भाइयों का आरक्षित सीटें हैं, उसी प्रकार से पिछड़ों और अति पिछड़ों का भी जो है आरक्षित सीटें जो है वो करनी पड़ेगी। ये लड़ाई हम लोग जो है लेकर के चलेंगे।
फैसले का स्वागत, कांग्रेस की जीत, राहुल गांधी जी को बहुजन समाज की तरफ से धन्यवाद। बीजेपी RSS कई सालों से जाति जनगणना को रोक रखा था। तर्क यही हुआ करता था कि इससे जातिवाद बढ़ेगा। अब क्या होगा? नतमस्तक होकर के, मजबूर होकर के मोदी सरकार को जाति जनगणना कराना ही पड़ रहा है।
समाजवादी पार्टी बहुत लंबे समय से जातीय जनगणना कराने की मांग कर रही थी। आज उस मांग को सरकार ने स्वीकार कर लिया है। ये देश के दलितों और पिछड़ों की जीत है। समाजवादी पार्टी ये चाहती है कि जिसकी जितनी संख्या हो उसकी उतनी भागीदारी हो। जातीय आधार पर जनगणना के बाद देश के दलितों को, पिछड़े वर्ग के लोगों को और कमजोर वर्ग के लोगों को उनका न्याय, अधिकार, हक और सम्मान मिलेगा।
Okay, let's bring in our reporters to kind of decode this move by the government further. We've got Aishwarya Paliwal, who tracks the BJP closely, but also looking at the impact this has on states. Bihar going into elections in a few months from now, so it's seen essentially as a move targeting the state of Bihar. So we have Rohit Singh joining us with those details. Abdul Bashir, Nagarjun Dwarkanath joining us live from Hyderabad and from Bengaluru respectively, because these are the two states where you've already seen movement on the caste census. I'll bring in Aishwarya Paliwal first on this broadcast. Aishwarya, explain to us the timing behind this move. You know, it's come essentially as a jolt completely out of the blue. But having said that, you've got the Congress right now claiming that, look, this is an impact of Rahul Gandhi repeatedly saying we need a caste census, the government should do it. How is the government countering that narrative of the Congress?
Well, let me tell you, at the moment we are not seeing a lot coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Akshita, with regards to what Rahul Gandhi has said. But see, he will speak at about 7 p.m. That's what we understand. After that, we will have a reaction coming in from the Bharatiya Janata Party. You also said that, this just came out of the blue. Expect the unexpected. That's something people who have been closely watching the Bharatiya Janata Party, the government over the past decade, they can tell you for sure. The only thing that you can tell with regards to the BJP and Prime Minister Modi for sure is that you need to be ready, because anything can happen. Expect the unexpected, and that's exactly what happened. The Union Minister Ashwini Vaishnav, when he spoke about all the decisions that were taken, in the end spoke in Hindi and in English with regards to the caste census that will be done. Akshita, this is something that the Congress party specifically had been asking the government to do. We saw how 2024 Lok Sabha elections, this was one of the major poll plank on which the Congress party was fighting, and the result was out for everyone to see. The Bharatiya Janata Party got 240 seats. They are understanding how crucial this issue is, especially to the Hindi belt, and that's why we are seeing an assurance coming in from the government side. Next year, 2026, is when the census will happen, and we will see the caste census also being a part of the full census.
The Congress right now, and Rahul Gandhi is going to be holding a news briefing, by the way, at 7 p.m. They're calling this a big move and crediting themselves, saying that the government has done this because of pressure from Rahul Gandhi. Before I take this across to our other reporters, just listen in to what Rahul Gandhi said previously on the caste census.
बीजेपी कुछ भी कर ले, आरएसएस कुछ भी कर ले, जाति जनगणना और 50% का जो रिजर्वेशन का बैरियर है, इन दोनों को हम खत्म करके देंगे। नेशनल लेवल पे मैं आपको कह रहा हूं, मैंने लोकसभा में कहा है, मैंने वायदा किया है, वहां पे इस कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन पे वायदा किया है कि जाति जनगणना को हम इसी लोकसभा में पास करके दिखाएंगे। क्यों? क्योंकि हम ये जो संविधान है, इसकी सोच की रक्षा कर।
That's just a sample of how Rahul Gandhi repeatedly has spoken on the issue of caste census. But let me bring in Rohit Singh, who's reporting from Patna. With months to go for the elections, Rohit, in your state, the biggest buzz right now is that it's Bihar, the elections in Bihar, that's prompted this announcement by the Modi government.
Well, we must remember, Akshita, that a caste survey, or you can call a caste census, has already been done 2 years back in Bihar, which the state government had conducted. But despite that, RJD, which is the principal opposition party in Bihar, and which was part of the government then when the caste survey had taken place, they are constantly demanding that a nationwide caste survey be conducted. And always remember that reservation and caste census has always been a burning issue in Bihar. And this time ahead of elections, when we are seeing that the Modi government has announced conducting a caste census, which in fact JDU had also been demanding, Chirag Paswan's party has already been demanding. So obviously, it's an effort by the BJP government to blunt the attack of the India bloc, especially the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar, which has been demanding caste census continuously. And today we also saw Tejasvi Yadav. He was also basically welcoming. He was welcoming that caste census will be conducted. But now a fresh demand has emerged from his side that once the caste census is conducted and the report is out, then on the basis of the new caste survey or the caste census, reservation should also be given to OBCs and other backward classes. So this is the fresh demand that has been made by Tejasvi Yadav. But yes, obviously in the election year, this is a burning issue that has now erupted, and the BJP and the NDA really trying to blunt the attack of the India bloc and the Mahagathbandhan in Bihar. Back to you.
Rohit, thanks very much for joining us with those details. There are two states that right now will also be in the spotlight. Telangana and Karnataka, both Congress-ruled states where there's been a huge political storm over the caste census. And I'd like to focus on Karnataka first, because as much as, Nagarjun, you've got the Congress claiming that this is their impact, the government has acted because of their push for a caste census, there's a big question mark about the caste census in a Congress-ruled state like Karnataka.
Well, that's true. Recently, you saw the controversy, Akshita, that the cabinet was divided here based on the 10-year back report on caste census, and the opposition here in Karnataka called it unscientific. Just now, when the central government announced the national caste census, two ministers have spoken to India today, and they said that it is because of the Congress demand that the union government has decided now to do a caste census, and also most likely in the next cabinet, they will be forced to accept it before the national government or the union government takes up the census, and hence they are the back foot right now. May 2nd was the caste census cabinet that has been postponed to May 9th now, and most likely on May 9th, the cabinet will accept whatever the survey that has been placed before them. But now they're taking credit that because of the Congress party, union government was forced to do the caste census.
Okay, Naga, thanks very much for those details. But listen to some of the reactions that have come in from Karnataka also on the caste census before we take this across to Telangana.
Only for the purpose of vote bank and to keep their people into their hands, they talk something. Then immediately they will forget. Say, in their manifesto itself, they said, coming to power, from the first day, we are going to announce internal reservation. 2 years over now. Even first day has not come to them. That is their commitment. And whatever they say, they will not keep up their words. And everything they tell lie only, no truth in that.
Okay, let me bring in now Abdul Bashir. He's joining us live from Hyderabad. Telangana is that one state that the Congress keeps talking about, Abdul, about how the caste census has been used and implemented in a sense in Telangana. So for Revant Reddy, he's repeatedly received a pat on the back, which is why even today now he's reacted to the announcement by the Modi government, hailing it.
Well, yes, Akshita, if we remember the Nara of Jiski Jitni Abadi, Utni Hissedari, this Nara was during way before the parliament elections and the assembly election. Now, assembly elections of Telangana, where this Nara was, taken out in every street. And every person, the Congress party had taken it seriously. Once it came to power in Telangana, immediately on 4th February 2024 is where a resolution was passed in the assembly stating that there will be a comprehensive door-to-door household survey, which included socio-economical, educational, employment, and Caste Survey in the state of Telangana. And 3.54 crore people of the Telangana state, the survey was done, their data was collected, and which has been released on 4th February 2025, exactly a year later in the Telangana Legislative Assembly. Now, this survey had the BCs, SCs, ST, the number or the ratio of population in the state of Telangana, where the BCs were stated to be 56.3%, SCs more than 17%, STs more than 11%, and minorities more than 12%. So this was the comprehensive survey that was done on the basis of socio-economical, educational, employment, and political, and also the caste survey. Now here all the caste were taken out, and the motive behind this particular survey was that the welfare schemes or developmental activities reach to the needy, to the backward caste. Now, not only this, with this particular slogan, the Telangana government had also taken up or passed a resolution of 42% reservation for
So there was an action taken essentially based on what the report suggested in Telangana. The only Congress state essentially that's ensured movement on the caste census. Thanks very much, Abdullah. I'd like to thank all of our reporters for joining us with all of those details. What do the people think? Do they want a caste census? Here's a look at data from our Mood of the Nation survey. This is from just a few months ago, from February 2025. And look at what the people have to say on the question, should there be a caste census? As of February 2025, most people believe, yes, there must be a caste census. 69%, that's a large number of the population that we checked with. In our survey, 69% believed, yes, there must be a caste survey in the country. At 26% were citizens who said no, there should not be any caste census because it could perhaps lead to a divide on the lines of caste. Don't know, can't say is at 5%. I also want to highlight here how there's been a sway in those sentiments. From February 2024, when the number was at 59%, at August 2024, it went right up to 74%. Could this be anything really to do with the political narrative around the caste census? Well, we leave it for you to decide. But you see right now, as it stands on February 2025, 69% believe that yes, there should be a caste census. And it's perhaps because of this that the Modi government also has decided to get cracking on the caste census move. Let's cut across to breaking news. And here's the reaction coming in from Home Minister Amit Shah on the caste census move. He's put out a post on social media, and I'm just going to read out for you what the Home Minister has said. I'm quoting here. The Modi government, committed to social justice, has taken a historic decision today. A message of strong commitment towards social equality and the rights of every section has been given by deciding to include caste census in the upcoming census. The Congress and its allies opposed the caste census while in power for decades and played politics on it while in the opposition. This decision will empower all economically and socially backward classes. This is a message that's come in from Home Minister Amit Shah, where he's also essentially given a response to all of the politics over caste census. Aishwarya Paliwal is joining us with more details on this. Essentially, this is the narrative that the government is putting out, Aishwarya, that the Congress never walked the talk on caste census while in power, whereas the BJP is.
Well, you know, we are seeing the BJP will now turn it around and say that we were the ones who always wanted to do it. The opposition, while they were in power almost for 60 years, they never did it. They could have done it, and this is the line that we can expect the BJP to be taking forward. And this is coming just minutes before Rahul Gandhi will hold the big press conference. Akshita, it will be Rahul Gandhi and the Congress. They will now try to say that this is their impact because they have been going from door to door and speaking about the caste census, especially given the fact that Bihar elections are around the corner. Congress will try to say that this has been their impact, the impact of their leader Rahul Gandhi, but it's the Bharatiya Janata Party which is very clearly now saying that this is what they have always stood for, and that's the reason why this census is now being done for.
Okay, Aishwarya, thanks very much for joining us with those details. So, Home Minister Amit Shah hailing the decision, saying that this is a move to empower those who are socially and economically backward, a step towards social justice, social equality, as he puts it. Let's get you more breaking reactions coming in. Akhilesh Yadav, SP chief, has hailed the announcement but credited his politics, the India bloc, saying, and I quote, the decision of caste census is a 100% victory of the unity of 90% PDA. By PDA, Akhilesh means Pichda, Dalit and Alpsankyak. Due to the combined pressure of all of us, the BJP government has been forced to take this decision. So you've got clearly Akhilesh Yadav claiming that this is because of pressure from the India bloc, from the Samajwadi Party, from the Congress. Akhilesh Yadav has also gone ahead and warned the BJP, saying, and I quote, that the BJP government should keep its electoral rigging away from the caste census. We need an honest census. So the opposition completely on board. The question right now that you're seeing is a whole lot of political credit war, because Akhilesh Yadav, the Congress, they're all claiming this is a result of their pressure on the government. So we're going to continue tracking all the reactions that come in on the big announcement by the Modi government. Rahul Gandhi's press conference is in just about 30 minutes from now at 7 p.m. Let's shift focus to an India Today world exclusive. The face of evil, Hafiz Saeed, isn't hiding in some hole in Pakistan. He's living in a thriving neighborhood like you and me. As if he's a hero, he has a mansion, he has 24/7 security, he even has a private park. This is a satellite image that you're seeing for the very first time on India Today. Right there, we've circled out exactly which is the main residence of Hafiz Saeed. It's a massive mansion. Right opposite it is a mosque, a madrasa, which he uses as his own. And let's pull out that satellite image once again, because right after that is another residential plot, which again Hafiz Saeed uses. Let's bring up the satellite image. And then below that is a private park that Hafiz Saeed uses as his own. And all of this entire area, you've got also massive security deployment provided by the Pakistani army. That right there is the image. Right on top is the residence. You have the mosque, a private park, residential area, all of this belonging to Hafiz Saeed. We've shown you the satellite images. Let's show you the footage now. We've got more proof with us here on India Today that this is where Hafiz Saeed lives. You see this entire road packed with houses, residential neighborhood. This is where a terror mastermind lives in Pakistan, enjoying VIP perks like 24/7 security. We even spoke to the security guards posted there, deployed by the Pakistani army, who confirmed to us that yes, Hafiz Saeed lives here. He's not in some jail as Pakistan claims. He's not hiding in some bunker, living out in the open, living in plain sight, plotting terror attacks. He has blood on his hands, and yet no action taken against him. Here is our detailed exclusive report. Hafiz Mohammad Saeed, Lashkar-e-Taiba chief, the Pahalgam attack mastermind. India's most wanted and enemy number one. It was his terror proxies that unleashed terror on Indian civilians on April 22nd. The terror mastermind continues to live in Pakistani protection. Here's the proof. India Today has tracked down the current location of Hafiz Saeed. He lives in Lahore in a densely populated colony under heavy security provided by the Pakistani government.
Right beside this highway, there is this posh locality. Within this posh locality, there are three structures that I want to focus on. This structure is where Hafiz Saeed, the Lashkar chief, lives with his family. The second structure that is slightly bigger, that will come up on your screens. This one houses a mosque, a madrasa, and a residential complex as well. So this is his home, this is his work office.
India Today has also exclusively accessed videos of Hafiz Saeed's Lahore safe house. This is how the terror den looks. In one of the exclusive videos accessed by India Today, a man can be heard speaking to personal security of Hafiz Saeed about them.
ये जो सामने जनरेटर पड़ा है, वो जहाँ बंदा सिक्योरिटी वाला गन लेके जा रहा है, ये 4 के घर है जहाँ जनरेटर पड़ा हुआ, ठीक है.
In another video, a man can be seen giving out details about two buildings standing at a vantage point. video, policemen guarding Hafiz Saeed can be seen pushing a car. Another man in the video details buildings around the hideout. Satellite pictures and video footage exclusively accessed by India Today show how India's most wanted terrorist hides under plain sight. Globally designated terrorist leader living among common people in the middle of a Pakistani city. With Arvind Oja and Ankit Kumar, Bureau Report, India Today. Okay, let's take this across to Ankit Kumar, editor of our Open Source Intelligence team. We also have Arvind Oja joining us live from Pahalgam. They're the ones who access this world exclusive for us. Ankit, I'll begin with you. The fact that Hafiz Saeed is, living in plain sight, enjoying life, not really hiding in some bunker or behind bars as Pakistan claims, is shocking, but somehow not surprising considering the long list of terrorists. So Pakistan is not just shielded, but ensures they have a VIP lifestyle.
It should not surprise Akshita. It should not surprise anybody. The biggest face of terrorism right now, enjoying his life like a common citizen at the heart of Lahore city under full protection of state. There are 3 levels of security: Rangers, Lahore police, personal security. It goes to show who gets to benefit from the heightened tensions in Kashmir. Let's just try to turn the clock back. What was happening in Pakistan? There was anger, there was mass anger against the military leadership. There was so much discontent against the political leadership. Now, what has happened over past 7 days? Now, same military leadership is projecting a fear from India that India is going to attack. India is as if India is going to wage a war on Pakistan. And this change situation somehow works in favor of the Pakistani military, the political leadership. And that is why perhaps Pakistan wants to keep terrorism alive, this issue of Kashmir. And that is why this 3-layer security, this safe house, right in the heart of Lahore for a UN-designated, most wanted global terrorist, Hafiz Muhammad Saeed. This is the evidence that we just put out, and it has the full backing of Pakistani state, its military, as well as the political leadership.
Okay, thanks very much, Ankit, for joining us with those details. Before I take this across to Arvind, he's also getting us a news break. Let's cut across to that on the security for Hafiz Saeed, the Lashkar chief. It's been increased 4-fold in Pakistan. His residence, Hafiz Saeed's residence, which we've shown you on camera, is under constant surveillance by Pakistani intel agencies using drones. Pakistani armed forces have also been deployed in large numbers around all of his known locations. So let me take in Arvind Oja's input on this. Arvind, क्या ये security जो increase हुआ है इसलिए हुआ है क्योंकि पहलगाम attack के बाद Pakistan is scared of some sort of retaliation?
बिल्कुल आपने सही कहा अक्षिता, जो इसी वजह से जो पाक आर्मी है, पाक ISI है, उसने ये जो वर्ल्ड एक्सक्लूसिव वीडियो है और जो हाफिज सईद के हाइड आउट का, वहाँ पर सिक्योरिटी इंक्रीज कर दिया है। इस तरह की जानकारी इंडियन इंटेलिजेंस ने इंडिया टुडे को दी है। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, जो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट है, न सिर्फ हमने हाइड आउट दिखाया है, हमने इस वीडियो में अगर आप देखो तो इस वीडियो में जो हाफिज सईद की सिक्योरिटी में तैनात सिक्योरिटी पर्सनल होता है, वो खुद एक्सेप्ट कर रहा है कि हाफिज सईद की वो सिक्योरिटी में तैनात है। नंबर 1। नंबर 2, जो उस इलाके जौहर टाउन ये इलाका है, यह काफ़ी हाई सिक्योर इलाका है। यहाँ पर जो हाफिज सईद का पड़ोसी है, जो एक लोकल है, वो भी एक्सेप्ट कर रहा है कि हाफिज सईद यहीं पर रहता है और जो हमारा एसेट है उसको, जो इंडिया टुडे का कैमरा उस पर बाकायदा इंट्रोड्यूस भी करा रहा है कि ये जो सिक्योरिटी पर्सनल है ये हाफिज सईद की सिक्योरिटी में तैनात है। न सिर्फ वीडियो एविडेंस बल्कि जो एक्सेप्टेंस है वहाँ पर जो सिक्योरिटी पर्सनल है जो हाफिज सईद की सिक्योरिटी में तैनात है, बल्कि जो लोकल्स हैं जौहर टाउन के, वो भी कैमरे पर ऑन कैमरा ये एक्सेप्ट कर रहे हैं कि ये हाफिज सईद की सिक्योरिटी में तैनात सिक्योरिटी ऑफिसर है। तो ये अपने आप में एक बड़ी खबर है और ये जानकारी हमें इंडियन इंटेलिजेंस ने दी है कि यहाँ पर पहलगाम अटैक के बाद जो इंडिया और पाकिस्तान के बीच टेंशन इंक्रीज हुआ है, उसके बाद इस इलाके की सिक्योरिटी काफ़ी ज़्यादा बढ़ा दी गई है।
Okay, Arvind, thanks very much for joining us with all of those details. Arvind and Ankita accessing exclusive details of exactly where Hafiz Saeed currently lives in Lahore, in a crowded neighborhood, continuing with his life, living in a grand mansion. But also keep in mind that while you're seeing security being beefed up for Hafiz Saeed, Pakistan has hit the panic button, fearing retaliation from India. You're seeing multiple movements at the borders, panic calls to the United Nations, key huddles at midnight, sudden press conferences at 3 a.m. in the morning. They don't know what's going to hit them, and so they're ensuring that they have plan Bs for every possible scenario. All the details in our next report.
Jittery, rattled, panic-stricken, Pakistan runs helter-skelter, fearing retaliation from India. A midnight crisis cabinet briefing, a panic call to the United Nations condemning India, cutting short air operations by 50%, fearing confusion, and 2 air warfare exercises, including air defense and interception drills. Panic-stricken at 3 a.m., Pakistan Minister Ataullah Tarar claimed that intel sources have revealed that India may carry out a military strike within the next 24 to 36 hours.
Pakistan has credible intelligence that India intends carrying out military action against Pakistan in the next 24 to 36 hours on the pretext of baseless and concocted allegations of involvement in the Pahalgam incident.
Pakistan Air Force has cut down at flying operations by over 50%, and only essential operations are being carried out to avoid any confusion in the airspace. Pakistan Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif is also panicking. He called the UN condemning India's diplomatic strike, alleging false propaganda by India.
The Secretary General also expressed his deep concern at the rising tensions between India and Pakistan, and he also underscored the need to avoid a confrontation that could result in tragic consequences. The Secretary General offered his good offices to support any de-escalation efforts.
Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar said he pushed to omit mention of Lashkar-e-Toiba proxy TRF from a United Nations Security Council press statement, a big admission of Islamabad's role in terror attacks, including the Pahalgam strike.
मैंने कहा यहाँ हमें एविडेंस दिखाएं कि ये दी रेजिस्टेंस फोरम ने दी TRF ने किया है तो फिर हम इसको रहने देंगे या उनकी ओनरशिप दिखा दें कि इन्होंने एक मीडिया में चला भी दिया कि उन्होंने ओन कर लिया वो झूठा था उनके नहीं ये नहीं है तो उस पे करीबन हमारे जी 2.5 दिन लगे वी रिफ्यूज टू बज इन मुझे बड़े बड़े कैपिटल से कॉलें आई कि देखें इस वक्त मैं कहा जी नथिंग डूइंग ये नहीं हो सकता पाकिस्तान विल नॉट एक्सेप्ट
Pakistan's mortal fear triggered after PM Modi gave a free hand to the security forces in a key security meet on Tuesday evening.
जिन्होंने ये हमला किया है उन आतंकियों को और इस हमले की साजिश रचने वालों को उनकी कल्पना से भी बड़ी सजा मिलेगी सजा मिलकर के रहेगी
Is a devastating attack on Pakistan only a matter of time? Bureau Report, India Today.
Okay, let's also talk about why Pakistan is so rattled. It's because of the Modi government getting them nervous, holding back-to-back meets, going ahead and making symbolic moves. What are we talking about? The fact that on April 22nd, right after the Pahalgam attack, Prime Minister Modi was in Saudi Arabia. In a very clear message that he wants to crack down immediately, he cut short his Saudi visit, directly came back to India the very next day. It was supposed to be a 2-day visit. He cut it short by a day. Once he touched down in Delhi, immediately got down to business At the Delhi airport, the Prime Minister wasted no time travelling back to the residence or the office. At the Delhi airport, he held a meeting with the External Affairs Minister, the NSA, the Foreign Secretary as well. Then after that, you had the CCS, the Cabinet Committee on Security, coming together, all of them rushing from different parts of the world to attend this meeting. This meeting happened the day after that. Prime Minister Modi again chaired the meeting. Now, after that, Prime Minister Modi on April 24th was at a rally in Bihar where he sent across his first message to those backing terrorists, saying that there will be unimaginable punishment. And here's also the other messaging involved in that rally, that the Prime Minister didn't just speak in Hindi, he chose to send across that warning to terrorists and those backing terrorists in English. It was clearly messaging to the world. It was clearly for all of the countries to take note that India will not simply sit back and allow any country like Pakistan to continue pushing terror into our soil. We won't just stand by and watch. Now, after that, Prime Minister Modi last evening met with Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, with NSA, with the CDS and the 3 service chiefs, a top security huddle. And this is what truly got Pakistan into a panic. This happened last evening, and then today you had non-stop meetings. Prime Minister Modi also sent across a message that there's full, complete freedom, operational freedom to our forces to decide the manner of operation against anyone indulging in terror. Full free hand to forces was the message the Prime Minister gave out. After that, today, you've had 5 back-to-back meetings that the Prime Minister was part of. All of this is what's got Pakistan very, very jittery, very rattled, unsure of what's coming their way. But let me round up for you all the big headlines, all the big developments that have come in on the fallout of the Pahalgam terror attack and the meetings that I told you about. So you had Prime Minister Modi chairing the Cabinet Committee on Security at his residence earlier today, where officials reviewed security measures in light of the attack. The meeting, which followed a previous CCS session on April 23rd, discussed the Pahalgam attack. Now, following the high-level Cabinet Committee, Prime Minister Modi also held separate discussions with Home Minister Amit Shah and Defence Minister Rajnath Singh, a pull-aside that wasn't scheduled. The Indian government has revamped the National Security Advisory Board, reappointing former RAW Chief Alok Joshi as its new chairman. During the high-level meeting that was held, Prime Minister Modi, remember yesterday, granted the armed forces full operational freedom. Pakistan continues to violate the ceasefire along the border, now not just along LOC, but along the international border as well. As the deadline for Pakistani nationals to leave India comes to an end, the deportations have now begun. The Jammu and Kashmir police are rounding up Pakistani citizens, bringing them to the Atari border in buses. And this move follows, of course, what happened in Pahalgam, after which India made it clear that all Pakistani nationals' visas are revoked. Here's a ground report.
Teary farewells at the Atari border. With the deadline for Pakistani nationals to leave India long over, deportations have begun. The Jammu and Kashmir police is rounding up Pakistani citizens and bringing them to the Atari border post in buses. The terror attack on tourists in Pahalgam has cast a long shadow on the lives of ordinary people as India turns up the heat on Pakistan.
मैं पाकिस्तान में सियालकोट से हूँ। मेरी 2010 में शादी हुई थी। 15 साल हो चुके हैं मेरी शादी को और मैं यहाँ जम्मू उस्ताद मोहल्ला की रहने वाली हूँ। मैं नहीं जाना चाहती, अपना घर छोड़ के कोई नहीं जाना चाहता। मैं क्यों अपना घर छोड़ के जाऊँगी, अपने बच्चे क्यों छोड़ के जाऊँगी। मैं यहाँ कोई सैर करने के लिए नहीं आई थी। मैंने फैमिली बनाई है यहाँ पे, मैंने घर बनाया है। मुझे जबरदस्ती भेजा जा रहा है, मैं नहीं जाना चाहती।
यहाँ पे कौन कौन है आपके?
मेरे 2 बेटे हैं, मेरा शौहर है।
जो पहलगाम में लोग मारे गए उनके लिए कुछ कहेंगे?
मैंने मारे हैं।
नहीं, चलो
जिन्होंने मारे हैं, हमें दुख है ना, तो उनको सजा दें। हमें किस चीज की सजा मिल रही है? छोटे छोटे बच्चों को किस चीज की सजा मिल रही है?
Many people who lived here for decades now face an uncertain life in a land now alien to them.
मैं
तो जाऊंगी नहीं, मैं तो यहीं रहूंगी सर, मैं नहीं जाना चाहती। मेरा कोई वहाँ पे है नहीं, मेरी 89 में मेरे मदर फादर की डेथ हो गई थी, वहाँ पे मेरा कोई भी नहीं है, मैं किसके पास जाऊँ, मुझे बता दीजिए आप।
शादी कब हुई थी?
89 में ही मेरी शादी हुई थी
सर। मैंने इंडियन नेशनलिटी के लिए अप्लाई किया हुआ, ये देखिए, ये कागज देखिए, इसमें क्लियरली लिखा हुआ है कि ये नेशनलिटी का।
तो आपकी वाइफ का घर है पाकिस्तान में? अब कुछ
नहीं है।
Families are getting split.
मेरी यहाँ शादी हुई है आज से 6 साल पहले। मैं 3 साल से यहाँ पे रह रही हूँ। मेरे 2 बच्चे हैं यहाँ पर।
कहाँ हुई शादी आपकी?
मेरी बारामूला में शादी हुई।
बारामूला में
40 साल से यहाँ हूँ और मुझे सिटीजनशिप दी नहीं इन्होंने, इसमें मेरा कसूर है। मेरी फैमिली है मुजफ्फराबाद में है, मेरी फैमिली भाई बहन है, फादर मदर की डेथ हो गई है, मेरे बाप दादा यहीं के हैं।
Some claim they have even voted in elections here.
मेरा वोटर आईडी यहाँ का है, मेरा 10th भी यहीं से हुआ, मेरा 12th भी यहीं से हुआ है और अभी करंटली मैं अपना बैचलर्स परस्यू कर रहा हूँ। मेरे जून में फाइनल एग्जाम से तो मेरा ग्रेजुएशन हो जाता।
People facing deportation are hoping for relief, even if it comes at the last minute.
Here at the Atari border, not only long queues of the people who want to go voluntarily has picked up pace, but also the deportation drive against the Pakistani nationals is going up in a big way. From Atari border with camera person Ravi Khan, this is Asim Basti, India Today.
Moving on, the ripple effects of the recent terror attack in Pahalgam has also reached Harvard University. Indian students are protesting a Pakistan-focused event held soon after the attack. This conference is actually being hosted at Harvard South Asia Institute. It featured top Pakistani officials, including the Finance Minister of Pakistan, Mohammad Aurangzeb, Ambassador Rizwan Saeed Sheikh as well. Indian students immediately objected, sending across a formal letter to the Harvard administration condemning the event and also highlighting how Pakistan has played an active role in the Pahalgam terror attack and in violence against Hindus. Now, the backlash has prompted Harvard to quietly remove event details from its official platforms. We don't know, however, if the event has been called off or not.
The attack in Pahalgam, and it was a very horrible attack, was a targeted religion-based massacre. When Harvard invites officials, especially officials who have ideologically justified such acts, it risks legitimizing the state-backed terror narratives on our campus. This is the reason why we thought that we should take some action or ask people to take some action. It was a pre-planned event and it was a coincidence. However, even given the coincidence, we do not think that it is correct for anyone, especially a university like Harvard, to legitimize such voices, especially when they in their country are trying to justify such acts and not outrightly condemning them.